New Predator movie. Hope they don't fuck this one up. Prey is an upcoming 2022 Predator film. Another one. Directed by Dan Trachtenberg and written by Patrick Asen. Produced by Walt Disney. Takes place in the Great Plains of 1719 and follows Naru, a skilled Comanche warrior who fiercely protects her tribe as a Yautja, dubbed the feral predator, hunts them down. It will hold no relation to the previous 2018 movie, The Predator, directed by Shane Black. It was a piece of shit. Prey will be the second Predator story to be set in the 18th century, the first being Predator 1718. Prey will also be the first prequel film in the Predator franchise. Before The Predator was announced, the most popular idea was having Robert Rodriguez returning to make a direct sequel to Predators with Adrian Brody starring again. The second script, written again by Robert Rodriguez, was called Predators. It was set on a 17th century ship where a predator stalks the crewmen who have to fight with inferior weaponry. Unless they invented plasma casters, yeah. Rodriguez spoke about his script during an interview at the beginning of 2004 and said it was rejected because the budget would have been too big, about $150 million. Should have asked for $100 billion. The third and final script is called The Zoo, which brought back both Dutch from Predator and Harrigan from Predator 2. They're captured and brought back to the Predator homeworld because they were the only two people to have ever killed a Predator. I think they want to retire now. Prey is the second Predator story to involve the Comanche tribe. Wasn't the first. The first being May Blood Pave My Way Home. Quite a violent title. May Blood Pave My Way Home is a 2017 short story written by Weston Oshie, published by Titan Books as part of the anthology Predator If It Bleeds. In the story, a unit of black cavalry soldiers pursuing Pancho Villa and his rebels through Mexico discovered that the local Comanche tribe have made a very strange alliance. Alliance. Is there a difference? I don't know. Anyway, back to the Prey story. Naru is the main character, and she's been raised in the shadow of some of the most legendary hunters who roam the Great Plains. When an unknown danger threatens her camp, she sets out to protect her people. The prey she stalks and ultimately confronts turns out to be a highly evolved alien predator with a variety of high-tech weapons, resulting in a vicious and terrifying showdown between the two adversaries. So that's the synopsis. But what about the feral predator, VK? Talk about him. Okay, so director Dan Trachtenberg said the following about the feral predator. I think our predator, in my mind, not only does he exist, 300 years before, but I think in sci-fi movie terms, time moves very slowly. If the way that Star Wars functions, or even Star Trek, it's like 300 years. Ships aren't suddenly so different. But I think this guy's perhaps from a different hemisphere of the planet, and a little bit of a different breed. So even if his look is a little new, it's familiar, but new. So I'm excited for people, even for die-hard fans, to really see something they hadn't seen before. Okay, sounds promising. So he's basically stating that the feral predator is from a very unusual part of the home planet. His home planet, Yautja Prime. I guess along the lines of someone from Peru on our planet. I mean, unless you're from Peru, it's highly unusual. Seems like a nice place. Anyway, it's clear that the aesthetic of Prey's new feral predator is quite different to its predecessor, Predator designs, sporting a more primal-looking armor and a more primitive style of weaponry. The feral predator possesses a wrist blade that contains a fold-out shield. The actual wrist blades themselves are slightly different to the classic design and appear to be more reminiscent of pirate hooks. Here we can see the feral predator's, no doubt extendable, spear, about to impale some type of wild cat native to the Great Plains. The feral predator was equipped with the usual plasma caster, except it's much more streamlined and primitive looking, sporting smaller infrared dots. Does it fire small bullets? Will it perhaps not kill me? Dream on! During an interview with Slash Film, director Dan Trachtenberg mentioned the film's creative team struggling with what he called the Hunt for Red October thing, where the characters speak Russian before transitioning into English. He said they never quite came up with a way to make it work, so instead, the film was shot in English and Comanche. Both languages are spoken, but when you hear English, it's as if it's Comanche, he said. But what Yane is speaking to is on Hulu. There will be a Comanche dub of the movie, so you can watch the entire movie in Comanche with the original actors returning to perform their roles. In an interview with Empire, Trachtenberg went on to say, "There's a lip match, choosing words to match the actors' mouth movements as closely as possible. That we do now. Won't be like watching old kung fu movies." Well, Mel Gibson did a pretty good job in Apocalypto. They speak Incan or Aztec or Sumerian, I'm not sure. So there you have it. That's Monday's exotic Yautja. Hope you've been well. I've been VK. Hit the bell icon, subscribe, like, actually. Main thing is leave a comment. I'll see you later.